Well, it's been quite a while since we updated or filmed anything. I'm not really sure where we left off, so we might repeat some stuff. But these are the bus seats that we started working on, and as you can see, they look quite a bit different than the part 1 video. And why don't you help me tell them about what we've gone and changed here?
Well, so far up to this point, we took one seat bottom and lengthened it, and we used the electric unit, and we put one track, each track on each side, and we made it wider. We welded these pieces of round steel in here to connect the two, and it's going to be like a bench seat on the bottom, and the backrests, all we ended up using was just the recline mechanisms off each seat. So it's going to be independently reclinable.
But this one on the inside is going to be just a manual recline, right? And
right.
That one up there will be electronic.
Be electric.
And we've got, let me show them the control panel there. And what do these come out of? A Chevy Colorado, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we've, of course, made up our own frames for everything. But I retained the headrest mounting points. And, of course, we're going to use a lumbar support.
And that's electric on this one, and that'll be
manual
hand crank on this one.
And because of all of the electronic components and the slides, everything, I had to shorten the base about 3 3/4 inches. So it's not going to be much storage under there. I might be able to at least put my furnace under one of them that doesn't move.
Yeah. Now these are just for the forward-facing seats, right?
Yeah.
And on the ones that face the rear of the bus, when you're sitting in them, those will be a little less complicated, right?
Well, I think it'll be less complicated because we've already figured out what we're doing.
Yeah, but we don't have another electric unit.
Yeah, we do.
Or we do? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
So it's going to be pretty much the same thing in reverse. Except the base on the rear-facing dinette seat might actually have to be on a slide itself, so we can slide the two together and fold the rear-facing backrest down to make into a bed. I'm not sure how well that's going to work out yet.
Well, we definitely know that we're not going to have like this whole setup here for reclining on the back one. That's going to be, well, what do you call it? One of those hinges like the other fold down couches are.
Yeah.
So that's just going to fold down completely flat. So this will be where your head will go when you're sleeping, and then the rest of it will fold down flat, so that it'll still, convert to a full like dinette bed. Anything else? It's been so long since we filmed anything about it, I don't remember. We've just been plugging away a little at a time. There's other projects in the works.
Here I'm working on the foam rubber for the dinette seat. This is the seating rubber. Actually, this goes up like this. You can see what I did was I took one seat bottom and I cut it in half. There's one half, over here's the other, and I connected the two together with a piece of foam in the middle. I butted them up and I glued them together with special foam adhesive, and then I went over it with a wide strip of muslin that I also used the same adhesive to glue this down. What that does is that just supports the area where it's been glued a little better. And I wrapped it all around. on both sides. What I have to do now, flip this back over, and you can see how the original foam was a little thicker in one area, and I'm going to put a piece of 1/2 inch foam in there so that when you sit on it you don't have a one cheek higher than the other. And then once I get that flush over the top of this, I'll put what's called a rebonded foam. Rebonded foam is very dense, very firm. They use it a lot on church kneelers, so that gives you an idea how firm that is. And that'll go right over the top of the plywood that's in the dinette base. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these pieces of foam up, and then we can go up to the bus and I'll show you how this all fits together. Here I have the foam rubber put back on the seat frame. This position right here is straight up and down. This would be a good position for eating at the table. And how this works is this seat, see, I got the controls here. This button here would move this seat, the whole seat, forward. And once you're in a much further forward position, then you'll be able to recline the backrests independently to whatever is a comfortable spot. And I've checked it out, I've hooked it up and I've moved it, and you can recline fairly far, not as far as the seats will go, but far enough to be comfortable. So it's working out pretty good.